April 12, 1961. The world stood still as Yuri Gagarin became the first human to orbit the Earth. It was a triumph for humanity, but was it the whole truth? For decades, a darker story has been whispered in the shadows of the Cold War. The story of the Lost Cosmonauts. Brave men and women who reached for the stars but were swallowed by the void. Their missions were failures, so their existence was erased. Today we open the vault to find the names history was forced to forget. The evidence didn't come from Moscow or Washington. It came from a small bunker in Italy. Two amateur radio brothers, Achille and Giovanni Judica-Cordiglia, built a listening post to intercept space signals. What they heard was chilling. In May 1961, just weeks after Gagarin's flight, they picked up a frantic transmission. A woman's voice speaking in Russian, filled with terror. She screamed about the heat increasing, about seeing flames and asking if she would ever return. Then silence. The Soviet Union never acknowledged a female cosmonaut in space until years later. If she wasn't part of the official record, who was she? And how many others are still drifting in the silent dark? The Soviet propaganda machine was a master of disappearance. In early official photos of the Sochi 6, the elite group of first cosmonauts, men would suddenly vanish from reprints. Take the case of Valentin Bondarenko. He died in a horrific laboratory fire just weeks before Gagarin's launch. For 25 years, the Soviet government acted as if he never existed. If they could hide a death on the ground, how easily could they hide a disaster in orbit? Rumors persist of phantom launches, rockets that veered off course or capsules that failed to re-enter, leaving cosmonauts to die slowly as their oxygen ran out, millions of miles from home. To the Soviet leadership, the space race was about more than science. It was about the perceived superiority of their system. Failure was not an option. To admit a loss was to admit weakness. So the fallen were scrubbed, their families were silenced, their metals were never forged. Even today, despite the fall of the Iron Curtain, many files remain classified. The Russian space agency Roscosmos continues to dismiss these stories as urban legends, but the recordings remain, haunting reminders of a cost too high to acknowledge. The stars represent the best of us, but the path to reach them is paved with secrets. The lost cosmonauts may never have a monument, but their voices still echo in the static of the cosmos. Do you believe these recordings are the final words of forgotten heroes or just ghosts of the Cold War? Join the conversation in the comments below. For more uncovered truths, follow Dark History Vault.